cut some fabric. Now this is what they call release film. The shears are going to do that. And I need to use this guy on the fabric. No, I'll use this one. Yeah, we'll bag it out there. I mean, we'll laminate it. We're going to do two things. I just showed you vacuum bagging. All you guys know what wet layup is, right? So we're going to do a wet bag.
They're going to be doing a wet layup next week.
Oh, good. Okay. Now, there's different techniques to do a wet layup, and I'll talk about that while I'm doing this. Okay. Let's roll this down. I always try to put the sealant tape down first so I know what a target is right here. So, okay. That's what I call a slide cut. If you got really sharp shears, you can cut that easier like chew that. That's good. Now I'm going to take the wrinkles out. Normally you leave the material on a roll rack as long as you can. Don't ever fold anything. That fold crease will always be in your parts, and you'll always see it in the reinforcements. Always leave it roll it up. Leave it on the roll rack as long as you can. Okay? Anytime you can, just leave it rolled up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bulk of the wrinkles out here. I'm stretching this. Now I could have just easily used the surface here, but I'm using some insurance here just in case that had been molded these on it. I could pull a little bit this way. So we demold these parts. Now you won't be able to see this today. Unless you want to stick around here. See if we can still fiddle with this to get the wrinkles out for you. Deal with that later. Okay. Now, it's always the same, clean as you go. Okay, so you don't trip and fall on this stuff in here. By the way, this simulates a clean room, an aerospace. This is what it looked like without the tables over here. See all the stuff in here. We got vacuum, we got room for heat guns, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and set the bag. I don't have any non-perf, but I'll use it. I assume non-perforated for the bottom. I'm going to come over here and perforate this. There's no holes in it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here in a second. I'm going to put this on the top. I'm going to put holes in it. Excess resin out of there. Okay, you can buy it perforated, but I don't happen to have any today, so you do it yourself. It's called therapy. So I'm going to put that on top of here. Our layup is going to go right in here. Okay, and then I'm going to have some breather material, which is going to be over here. And these nylon. So again, I'll use another piece of scrap material fine for what we're doing here today. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to hinge this, okay? It'll make sense in a minute to you. Okay. See how wrinkled that was? How crappy that was? If I would take out the roll, it would be beautiful. So we're just doing okay. We're doing a quick bag here. We'll make it work. If somebody, anytime some student cuts the material and cut it too short, they'll throw it in the drawer. So we can practice with these kinds of materials. It's called a slide cut. Michael Jackson. All right. So that's what that is. So then we're going to hinge this back. And I'm going to need another vacuum probe over here. You want to pad these guys, and I'll put that back here on the inside. You know, this is saving a lot of time. You'll see how easy this is. I'll do this trick again. See how wrinkled that is? If I push here, see how it takes that flat out? So this is actually called out process specs in aerospace. You have to make an X just like that. You know what this is? It's the roll right there. This is what they call a shop aid.
Multi-function.
Yeah, they call it an aerospace shop aid. Okay. I had a 50-year-old gal showed me that trick in aerospace about 30 years ago. Because otherwise you have to hold your hand like that trying to cut it out. Oh, are you kidding me? Done. Okay. All right. Done with those guys. I'll need those shears. I leave them. I have right here. Okay, now I need some bleeder breather material. Aha. A little too small, but that'll work. This is better. Yeah, while I'm doing this, you want to look at those parts, go ahead.
Yeah, take a look at all of these and keep in mind how
This right like this.
versatile it is, how many things you could do with this, so simple. Fantastic. And you look at this is about what this is going to be doing for you. How nice that is.
I'm going to put this right here. This has to be on top of that. The vacuum has to draw through there. One more time here. Okay. We're good to go. So we're going to do a wet layup on this. We're going to slam the door. We're going to bring vacuum on it. Okay, so we'll go out in the shop and do a wet layup. I'll leave that right here. Okay, I'm going back here. Give it a cut. Everybody thirsty? Got some cake here for you. Guys, well, this is a fun track. We're going to make anything in this shop. Right behind me, we've got ultrasonic welding, ultrasonic cleaning. We've got a tank for cleaning the wrapper prototyping machine part. This is all vacuum former, vacuum system for doing castings. Ultrasonic rotor molding, compression molding, tensile tester. We've got trim and drill equipment across the wall over there. We've got a water jet cutter in the corner, ready to use injection molding, laser cutter, engraver right here. We've got oven autoclave back over there, filled with waiting and vacuum former. So we've got just enough to get you in trouble. I'm going to zero this out. You guys know this trick, right? Always cut your sticks like that, okay? If you're gonna mix at the bottom, unless that bottom is round, it's not round down there, you're gonna cut that so you get all mixed down there at the bottom, better. If you do that, someone's gonna watch you one day and says, hey, you know what you're doing. Industry, everybody in industry knows this trick, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna zero that. So now I did the tearaway, right? The tearaway, right? I'm going to go ahead and put out what I got here. I'm going to take
2%?
2%.
That's 15 to 30 minutes to gel.
Okay, that's 2%, and I'm going to go 300 grams. Is that close enough? 300? See what I'm doing? I'm sticking it. I'm pulling it out of there. If I'm short, I gotta put some back in. Okay, who's the mathematician in here?
Nope, trying to be partisan because
300 grams of resin, and I need 2%. We don't wait around too long. We're going to put in there catalyst, WKP, so it's 2%. Okay, so how many grams? I got 300 grams of resin. I need 2% catalyst.
6.
That's it, 6. Okay. So we're going to add the catalyst in here.
We're engineers.
Okay, always catalyze last, okay? You always want to wear your PPE, right? Your gloves, your safety glasses, your top coats, okay? I've done this before. I'm going to show you what's going on here. So you're going to mix this for about a minute or 60 seconds, whichever comes first. Okay? Now again, I'm mixing this, I'm going high and low, figure eights, going around the block. Okay. You don't normally want to laminate out of the cup you mixed in. Okay, you know why? There's hot cold spots in there, okay? So before I do this, I'm going to dump it into another cup with a double cup. With polyester resin, we could be fine. For a demo right now, we could be fine. For you guys in your studios, your garage, you're going to be fine, right? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. And I notice I put newspaper down, okay? Instead of using the shop in here. So when I'm done, I'm going to wrap all this up and throw it away. Now we're in the city of LA, county of LA, so that means I can't throw any liquids in the trash. It has to harden. I can throw solid waste, so I have to wait till it sets up. Okay? Now when you guys were looking, I came out here and poured some resin off into the cup. And now I just came back and measured the cup out, okay? Now this is all stirred up pretty good. By the way, it changed color. You might not have noticed that. From a lighter color to a darker color. I'm going to go ahead and just pour this off in here. I know that's catalyzed. And
Ultrasonic bonding is the most common technique of putting injection molded parts together. Usually you have all this stuff on. You have your part here, and it just vibrates it until it fuses together. Actually, the vibration melts it. So that's the most common technique. You have There's so many neat things here. Hopefully, we'll have a little time to see the shot. After this, you're welcome to go. But I'd like to show you all the things you learned.
this is going to take about 2 or 3 minutes here, guys. I'm just going to do this rather than usually have you guys come do this. So I'll just talk through this, okay? So you guys can understand this. If you're right-handed, make sure you turn your right sleeves up. Okay. I've got the acetone here. It's a plunger can, so if I need to wipe anything down, I've got some acetone there, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, here is I'm going to lay this up, and I got the probe here, right? So I'm going to lay it up over here. So I gotta make sure it's wet out on the surface here. Now this is a rubber squeegee. They sell this about a yard. I like these because they're heavy. Okay. Sometimes you have the cheap squeegees, they're curved already. This one's actually for putting adhesive down too. These are okay. You use them once, throw them away. This one, clean it up. Okay. So I want to go ahead and just put a little resin down here. Now I'm moving the resin around. I leave the squeegee vertical like this. That's for mucking it around. You can use a brush. We don't have a lot of time. Okay. I want to just go ahead and put this down. Nice resin rich. And we'll leave that right there on the part. Okay. I'm going to take this fiber. This is all skewed. That's okay. I'm just doing a demo today. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to come back and center this on a target and push this out like so. Okay. Now we'll work the center out. Let the weight of the squeegee do the work, but you got to move it. Okay. Now these are terrible, so I want to leave those on the outside. Now if I want to push the resin down, now push this down. Let the weight of the squeegee do the work there. You don't want to have any white laminate. That's bubbles. The first ply wants to be resin rich. First ply wants to be resin rich. Why is that? Well, because you put more successive plies down there, you can't push resin through a screen door that well. Okay. All the way to long strokes, all the way across the project. Now these small projects are terrible because you don't have a lot of experience. You know, sometimes you get going, and then you can start moving and get more flair. Okay. But it works out pretty good for that. Now this is a good 10-ounce glass cloth. It's an open weave. It's going to wet out just fine. Okay. Now one ply down. I can put more resin if I feel like I need it. If we got some, I'll just use it. Okay. But I'll go ahead and make sure it's wet out really nice. Because we're going to pull all this excess resin off in a minute. You'll see that. We got 4 plies. We just cut these before you guys got here. You want to show them the electric shears, Bob?
You bet.
Some of you guys go over there. This is like watching grass grow. But if you want to,
I'm going to be using them next week.
oh, okay, all right. You got it.
I've got a set.
Okay. What I've got is a dry roll rack over there. So we use. You can use scissors, shears, or even the electric Mr. Stippy. Okay. Now, what's the advantage of fiberglass versus Kevlar graphite for wet laminating? Anybody?
Cheap.
Cheap? What else? You can see the air bubbles. See this, guys? You can actually see when it's white, that's called resin starved, and when it's real wet, pooty like this, resin rich. Okay? But for vacuum bagging, we want to try to do a fair job. We have a lot of resin in there, and those holes that I popped in that, we're going to draw off in just a few seconds here, a few minutes rather. We're going to go ahead and pull it up. Now I'm going to put this guy on here. Every ply is going to draw more resin out of there. Don't worry about that wrinkle like that. You can work it out. See this? You just work that right out. Okay. A lot of guys, they worry, but it's all wrinkled. You just take that right out of there. Now with graphite and Kevlar, if you're laminating, you guys making hoods and stuff like that, they don't laminate blind like that. What they're going to do is they'll have a whiteout table. They'll have some polyfilm over here. They'll spread resin on that, they'll put the dry fiber on that, wet it out, then bring it over here, slap it down, then wet it out again. So it's wet on the bottom side. So you make sure you don't have any dry spots, right? That's almost wet out all by itself. You see that? Just by leaving it alone. I could bring that extra resin I have over here back. So I have plenty of resin. I could go with this and it'd be fine. But I have one more ply. We're going to go ahead and use this also. And we'll draw that off. If the piece is too big, get somebody else to grab it for you, okay, on the other side. So you want to push this down, and you're actually pushing the air out as best you can, okay? Okay, that should be fine, but I'm going to use this resin up just to show you how much fun it is. Just to draw that right across. Now this is a good chance where I want to go ahead and turn it 45 like that, push a little bit, and push the resin down into the fibers. Okay, you can see it's not all wet out, so I want to make sure before I leave it's all wet out. We have plenty of resin, so that we can't say, "Oh, you're cheating. You're making a nice lightweight laminate because you didn't put that much resin in it." Well, you know what they do? It's a 60-40 ratio usually with fiberglass and resin. 60 wants to be the glass, and the 40 wants to be the resin, right? So, if you one square foot, an eighth of an inch thick of a laminate is a pound, weighs a pound. So now once you know that, then you go ahead and know that 3 to 1, you add that, and you know exactly what your part's going to weigh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the perforated down. Remember I poked holes in this guy? Okay. Okay, then I'm going to go, oh, I didn't do it. What was that?
Sucks up the mat. So looking at 10 minutes to do this flat plate. So when it's all done, it's super smooth, no air bubbles. Pretty easy to use.
Fuel lines, I want to make sure that the resin that comes up doesn't stick to there and leave little cottontails in there. Okay, you got to think in reverse. So I'm just going to put this on here. All right. We'll put this on here like that. Now you can take a dry squeegee, put it on the back of that guy. If you want to get the wrinkles out, you can do that if you need to. Then we're going to go ahead and close this out. What I don't want is a lot of resin in this guy over here. And now it's pretty neat in getting resin here, so I can do it. I close the bag here. So I double that pad up. It was real exciting when the guys making a skateboard here because it wasn't flat. The contours in it as well. And also the helmet you guys saw in the gallery. Yeah. He did 2 molds for that guy, but he used a nice twill weave. That was pretty good. Okay, we're gonna go inside. Let's go open that door. Let's go on inside. Everybody here?
Oh.
Here.
What?
Put that on there. You have to pull that ring back. Okay, you guys, check this out. Pull that ring back and push.
I did.
Down. There you go. Hey, watch the resin come up. We did this right. You should see some resin bleeding off. It's good, not that much. It's getting caught in the field ply also. Now another trick, let's see if any's coming up yet. No. Yeah, let's leave it on here, good. So we're gonna leave this guy until it cures. How do we know when it's cured? Well, it's about a 19 to 20 minute gel time at 2%. So this will take about half hour for it to fully cure. Okay. So what we're not seeing is what I wanted to see was all the resin bleeding up through here right now. So those are leaks. We normally come back and take the roller and roll those out. This is a leak right here, but you have the full vacuum system on right now, so it's pulling a vacuum. Now, what you can also do is we can take this roller. We can also take this roller here. Yeah. Then we just lightly go like this. So I got a lot of resin inside there. You see that? So if I want to get the resin distributed a little bit, I can just roll this, or I can take a squeegee to the back of this bag. Isn't that neat? See that? Yeah, there's some of those little holes I made right there. You can see the resin coming up a little bit. Normally it comes up by itself. So I don't have any perfect perforated material right now. Yeah, here it comes up. See that? A little bit of resin. See the resin sneaking out the side over here? It's that little edge bleed. So it'll be okay.
15 minutes and a wonderful part.
Yeah.
Bag molding.
So vacuum bagging, again, the trick is having it all set up in advance. So we could have done this like shorter if I had this all preset for you guys. But you wouldn't have understood how much fun it was, okay?